welcome to another episode of Glamour and Glory, where I retell you a Bible story while I practice doing my makeup. I'm very new to makeup, so don't get your hopes up. But I do this while I tell you a Bible story at the same time. So if that interests you, stick around and don't forget to like and subscribe. Today I am doing the story of Noah and the ark. So yeah, I hope you like it. Also, I do want to apologize about the video. I don't know what happened. I did the exact same thing I did last time. I thought I did, and it came out this way. So yeah, but can't waste a makeup look. Also, you're going to see me just get one eye pretty much done, and then I'm gonna come back with both eyes done and lashes and lips done and my full face done. That is because it just got extremely busy during the day, and I was like, I cannot film. I have to just finish my makeup and get on with it. So sorry about that, but here's the story, because that's what we're here for. We're here for the Bible stories, so we can get to know the Bible, okay? I am doing Genesis 6 through 9, Noah and the flood. Okay, so I appreciate you guys. Remember to like and subscribe, and let's get into the story. Once Adam and Eve and all their children populated the earth for a while, some angels, I guess they were fallen angels, started noticing how beautiful humans were, and and they began to marry them and have children with them. But God always knew that humans were wicked, and he really just regretted making us. He also cut our lifespan down to 120 years. So that says a lot, for God to be in a vulnerable place like that. He's God, he knows all, and he had to, admit that he regrets one of his creations. So I can just imagine the back and forth he must have been going through with himself, just knowing what he knows, what's to come, and just making the decision. It probably was not easy, you know what I mean? But anyways, so that was ultimately the decision that he came up with, was to just get rid of everything, wipe everybody out. But then there was Noah, and Noah found favor with God, and so God decided to spare him. Noah was really good. He was really righteous. He does no wrong, and he had 3 sons. So one day God told Noah what he planned to do. He was like, "Hey Noah, look, I was going to kill everybody and everything, but I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to spare you and your family. I need you to listen to these instructions." So God instructs Noah exactly how to build the ark and what to bring onto the ark, the food, the animals, and all that. God even tells Noah what wood to make it out of. Side note, wouldn't it be nice to have that? To have that kind of clarity with God, step by step instructions and exactly why you're doing this, versus a feeling I feel God is calling me to do this. He's speaking to you. He's no, this is what I'm telling you to do. Here's the blueprint. Wouldn't that be so nice to have a factual blueprint right in front of you? That would be so cool to know what to do next, right? Okay, so but God tells Noah to go onto the ark once it's built, and he tells Noah to bring 7 pairs of every clean animal and 1 pair of unclean, each the male and its mate, which I thought was cool, because I don't know why, I guess that's just how they portray it in TVs or stories and stuff. It's 2 of every animal, but it's 7 of every clean animal, and the birds, 7 birds, so that's pretty cool. and then one pair of unclean. So they and he told him that, you know, these animals will come to you, so you don't got to worry about it, and you got to store food for these animals and your family. So Noah goes ahead and he does all that God tells him to do. Noah was 500 years old, by the way. Like, by the time he had all his kids, he was 500 years old, and he was 600 years old by the time he finished the ark. So it took like probably like 75 to 80 years. It's pretty cool. So 7 days after God tells Noah to go into the ark with his family and all the animals, the floodgates of heaven open, and it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Like, can you imagine? They're just sitting here, you know, in this boat, big old boat, watching people get wiped out, you know, just seeing people drown and seeing the animals drown and panic, you know. Can you imagine? And then the water's just rising. It said up to 15 cubits, which I Googled, and it was like 22.5 feet. So that's crazy. I imagine like all the emotions they were feeling for like the whole time it was raining. And then not just that, it like the earth was flooded for 150 days after it rained. So can you imagine being on that boat for 40 days while it's raining, all dark, rainy, and then for another 150 days, and you know, so 180 days so far. But when you read on, you realize they were probably on the boat for an entire year, because he was 100 and he was 600 when they got on the boat, and then he was 601 when they were able to get off. So, you know, but anyways, so everything died. Like, everything died. So they're like isolated. They're the only people in the world, and it's just them. It's just Noah and his family and the animals. And they see water everywhere. It's water everywhere. So eventually, the ark comes to rest on the mountains of Ararat, and Noah opens up a window after 40 days and sends out a raven, and it just keeps flying back and forth, kind of until like the water is cleared up. Then he sends out a dove, but it couldn't find anywhere to land, so it flew back. So Noah just waited 7 more days, and then he sent the dove out again. And this time it came back at night with an olive branch in its mouth. So Noah knew it was getting closer, like they were getting closer, especially because the dove came back at night. I feel like there was significance in that, because it didn't mention that the first time, because it was like there was nowhere to land, so it flew back. So this time it had somewhere to land and rest before flying back. I think that is significant. But anyways, is why he was sending out a dove, I think. But the third time, 7 days later, he sends this dove out again, and the dove does not come back. So Noah waits 1 more week, and then he removes the covering from the ark and sees the ground for himself. So finally, God says to Noah, you know, come on out of that ark, get some fresh air, release the animals so they can get started repopulating. So once all the animals were out of the ark, Noah built an altar to the Lord, and he took some of all the clean animals and birds, and he sacrificed burnt offerings onto it. And the Lord smelled it, and he was very pleased by the aroma, because then he said he would never destroy all living creatures again. I'm like, Noah had to have been one heck of a cook, right? For Genesis 8:21, God says, never again will I curse the ground because of humans, even though every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood. And never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. I feel like that was deep. Like, dang, he was like, I'm not going to do this again, even though y'all are doomed from childhood. Like, dang. So he tells Noah basically kind of what he told Adam, that he'll rule over the animals and farm the land and stuff like that. But he also gives Noah permission to eat the animals, with the exception that they are fully cooked. No blood can be in the animal still. He also makes it very clear that there will be no killing of one another or heinous animal slaughtering or any of the sort, like any of the things. He's not having it. He tells Noah to be fruitful and multiply. Then God makes a promise to Noah and all the animals and creatures that he will never again destroy the earth and life by flood. God uses a rainbow as a symbol and a reminder to himself and us that this promise was made. And that is the story of Noah and the ark, or Noah and the flood, depending on how you like it. So yeah, but also there's a little piece in this story as well that I thought was funny, because I'm here about the drama. It has nothing to do with the flood because it comes after. I think it's more as in there for character, like to show you the character of people. But like I said, we're not deep diving. But let me tell you what happened. Okay, so Noah, he has 3 sons, and he had grown like a vineyard, so he had a wine vineyard now, and he like got a little too drunk on his wine, and he was naked in his tent. Why he was naked, I don't know. We'll leave that up to the imagination. But he was naked in his tent, and his son Ham comes by and he sees his dad naked. So he goes out and he tells his brothers, like, I guess he thought it was hilarious or something, like, I don't know. He went out and told his brothers, and his brothers were like, okay. So they went in with a cloth and put it over their dad. And when their dad woke up, he was mad. He was like mad when he found out what happened. So he cursed Canaan, which is Ham's son. So instead of cursing his son, he cursed his grandson, and he made him a slave to all of his brothers, both of his uncles. Yeah, he was big mad about that. Like, oh, you thought it was funny? Like, like, I don't know, but I was like, dang, he was really, really mad about that. But yeah, so that is the end of that story, and I really hope you like it. I really hope you like this look. I'm sorry I couldn't really finish it on camera, but the next look, I love it. I hope you love it. There's some color in there, a lot of color in there. I got so many compliments on it just out and about. I really hope you guys like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'm having so much fun with these, like reading the Bible and just like basically regurgitating the stories. I'm having so much fun, and I hope you guys are too. Bye. Love you.